Emma Raducanu's path to victory, adapting against big hitters revelation from coach Mark Petchey. Mark Petchey says it won't be easy for Emma Raducanu to win another Grand Slam, but believes it is possible if she can tweak her baseline game against the big hitters. Raducanu triumphed at the US Open 4 years ago, but her best result in a major since is reaching the 4th round of Wimbledon in 2024. The Brit made it to the 3rd round of 3 of the 4 slams this year. The French Open was the exception, with a recent run in New York ended by 9th seed Elena Rybakina. Rybakina swept Raducanu aside 6-1, 6-2 in a tournament eventually won by top seed Aryna Sabalenka as she defeated Amanda Anisimova in the final. Petchey, who coached Raducanu earlier this year in an interim capacity, told Bet Victor about the 22-year-old's loss to Rybakina. "What it said to me is everything that I hope people can see about Emma's style of play. It's one of those matches which shows that it's not going to be easy to win another major. But that's what's going to be so satisfying when she finally does. We're in an era of big hitters. We talk about the pace of shots, from both Sabalenka and Anisimova. These power players that make life difficult for Emma where they do rush her and are going to make things tricky. But it's just motivation for her to keep working on the things that she has been doing." From Emma's point of view, her best style of winning matches is up on the baseline redirecting the ball, moving it around, trying to get the opponent to move before they get a chance to set on the ball. That's obviously something that she's going to have to keep getting better at. She can't get taller. She's not going to suddenly have a Rybakina serve that's going to get her as many free points. But that serve can get more accurate. It can get her set up to play a little bit better as time goes by. Raducanu will return to action at the Korea Open in Seoul next week, live on Sky Sports, after opting out of Great Britain's Billie Jean King Cup finals in China. Emma Raducanu, once the darling of the tennis world after her fairy-tale US Open win in 2021, has had a bumpy ride since. Injuries, inconsistency, coaching changes, and the soaring expectations that come with early success have made her progress anything but linear. This year, 2025, she has been working with Mark Petchey in an informal coaching partnership, alongside other trusted figures like Jane O'Donoghue. She's aiming to close the gap, not just in rankings or tournaments, but in how she handles matches against the toughest opponents on tour, the big hitters. Sabalenka, Anisimova, Rybakina, Swiatek, these are players whose power, pace, serve, and shot weight make matches against them especially demanding. Petchey has been quite open about what Emma will need to do to take that next step. The revelations from Petchey, what she needs to adapt. Here are the key insights Mark Petchey has shared, framed not as criticism, but as blueprints for transformation. Game has changed since 2021. Petchey points out that it's no longer the same era. The balls are different. He's even said they are 4 times heavier than in 2021. That makes it harder for non-great big hitters to dominate merely by redirecting pace. Against heavy balls, lighter hitters must find leverage elsewhere. Play style and tactics versus power players. Emma's strengths have often been in movement, anticipation, redirecting the ball, moving opponents around, crafting rallies rather than overwhelming with brute force. But to beat the modern crop of heavy hitters, she can't just rely on those alone. She needs to sharpen her ability to take the ball early, to be more aggressive in certain moments, perhaps to mix strategies, shorter takebacks, flatter hits, better serve variation, strengthening the serve or disguise in service motion. One area Petchey and Raducanu have been working on is her serve, making it more potent, better disguised, more of a weapon. He's encouraged more shoulder turn, more rhythm, perhaps returning somewhat to her more natural motion. The serve being a place where free points or momentum swings can be generated against big hitters is critical. Physical and mental resilience, less is more. Petchey has emphasized that Emma must manage her schedule, training, rest and recovery better. Intensity matters, but overkilling certain parts of the season can backfire. She has made comments like nothing formal in the coaching setup, less is more. Taking blocks to rest, reset, work on specific areas rather than trying to overhaul everything at once. Time, patience, and new baseline for judgment. Perhaps the most powerful idea. Petchey wants people, media, fans, even Raducanu herself, to judge her not by what she did in 2021, but by where she can be in 2 years. To allow time for these adaptations to settle. To build a sustainable career rather than chase the nostalgia of one great run. What this looks like in practice. How Emma is trying to adapt. Putting those revelations into action means concrete changes, some already underway, some in progress, some that may come with growing pains. She's working on her serve motion, adding shoulder turn, disguising toss, generating more pace and placement. Serve isn't just to get free points, but to set up rallies where she can take charge. She's simplifying things. Fewer technical overhauls mid-match, more repetition of patterns, more practicing certain tactical responses. What do you do against someone who hits bombs from the baseline? How do you neutralize the power? How do you redirect pace or use angles? Movement, footwork, balance have been a focus, especially as the court surfaces change. Clay has been tough, surfaces slower, balls heavier, demands more from physical stability. She needs to adjust how she plays these courts. Mentally, embracing the idea of not rushing, resisting comparisons to 2021, being okay with gradual growth. There's an honesty in the defeat to Swiatek at Roland Garros, head and shoulders above, says Petchey, but also a call for patience. Off-court, focusing on trust, consistency in the support team, though still informal, making coaching more experimental and less transactional. Working with people she knows, whom she can trust, to avoid feeling unsettled every time things change. The challenge is, what stands in the way? Adapting is never easy, especially in professional sport where every match can feel like a test. Here are some of the hurdles Emma will have to overcome. Power bias in modern tennis. Opponents with huge serves or massive ground strokes can dominate early in points, sometimes before adjustments are possible. Physical toll. Trying to generate more power. Serve, balls early. Improving movement, maintaining fitness over long tournaments, all add up physically. Injuries have already disrupted her. Balancing pushing and rest is tricky. Consistency, technical changes, new service motion tweaks, adjusting tactics, they often need long stretches of match play to bed in. But mistakes in big tournaments, Grand Slams especially, can cost dearly, and fans and media expect performance immediately. Mental weight of 2021. The US Open win casts a long shadow. Every loss invites comparison. Resilience is needed not just in points, but in mindset, self-belief, resisting external pressure, staying internally motivated. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.